Length, that's real important. When I first started out sequencing, my songs would average maybe 13, 15 minutes because I was really caught up in feeling myself and it felt good and I was just going and going and going and going. But listen, there's no song that's gonna be 15 minutes that's played on any radio or anybody is gonna sit through. Let's just be logical. You have to be wise on your length and make sure your length is in good radio play standards. Make sure your length is at a length where people will want more than they've had enough. So length is real important. Live instrumentation. Well, live instrumentation, I would definitely suggest rehearsing first and make sure that every aspect of a vision that you had for the sequence, that when you play it live, it's gonna be played professionally, it's gonna grow. Everybody will not be everywhere, but it'll sound tight like some of our greatest bands from Earth, Wind & Fire to Mint Condition. It's gonna grow, it's gonna be tight, and it's gonna make good musical sense. In the same fashion that I stated, when you put your various sequences into song mode and it should grow, of course, live it should grow as well. Not get too busy, but it should grow. It should grow. Your second verse should not sound like your first verse. It should grow. Put a little bit something there. But whatever you do, if it's a song that will feature a vocalist, leave room for the vocals. Regard the vocals. Okay, what I do a lot is I comprise sequence and live together. And what I'm saying is I will sequence something, but I may not go all the way out with my sequence, because if I'm going to incorporate a live band on top of the sequence, then you want to be careful. I don't need a kick drum in my sequence. I don't need a hat in my sequence. I don't need a snare really in my sequence. But what I do is I might have something that I've labeled to be kick support. So I might have an oomph there, where the drummer's kick can like be on top of it, and it will meet it here and there on every one. It'll meet it there and it'll just have more drive there. And then I may have what I call snare support. It might be claps. It might be a thick snare that's tuned down. It's gonna make the track thicker and it's not going to conflict or challenge the drummer. But the most important thing when you incorporate live with sequences, you have to have players who can play with a track. If your players cannot play with a track, it's all in vain. You're gonna have a headache. But when you incorporate live with sequence, they not only need to be able to play with the track, but they need to know all of the plays where each component is going, how to build, and how to complete the sequence. There you have it. That's just some steps to get us out the gate real good on tracking with a band, and your overall sound approach.